Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Today we're going to be talking about, are you truly ready for the upcoming real estate crash? But before we get into that, if you've been watching this content for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, could you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button? It's not going to show you any extra videos, but it does help me out, along with that thumbs up button. If you don't mind hitting that, I'd really appreciate it. With that being said, let's do this. All right, I'm gonna get my notes, got my coffee. I think I'm ready to go. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. We've been doing a lot of videos on real estate. I know that because we are now seeing the turning of the real estate market. The market is starting to turn because of a couple different factors. First off, an increased supply of real estate is now hitting the markets, coupled with a serious frustration on home builders and home buyers due to the extravagant cost of those properties. You can see it in lumber prices, in material shortages, the full it's running the full gamut. So today what we want to do is we want to talk about three different things that I really want you guys to be prepared for, because a lot of people are saying in the comments section, hey, you know, the younger generation are not going to be able to afford these homes because you know, people are not making enough to pay the payments. Well, that's going to be its own issue later down the road during this cycle. But there's three spots I want to talk about. First off, credit score. I want to make sure that you are paying attention to your credit score. It's very important. And the reason why, and it's sad to say, you can't get a house without a good credit score. So that has a lot of things to, you know, there's so much involved in credit scores, but mainly making sure you make your payments on time. And then secondly, making sure you're not too in debt, all right? You want to make sure that you have a good debt to income ratio, all right? That's really important, because when this market gets so dark and so bad, and it's going to, the real estate market's going to fall off a cliff at a certain point. I can't tell you when, but it's going to. It happens every 7 to 10 years. People just don't pay attention long enough. They have short attention spans. You'll literally be able to walk in on a down market, which pretty much your name and your good credit score, and walk in with very little money down for homes. They're going to be begging for good borrowers, okay? So credit score is number one. Number two, cash flow is very important. Now, cash flow comes in two different ways. Your income. Most people don't have a side hustle, right? Or a business. They have their income. So you want to make sure that you have a job that is going to be secure enough to get you through a very serious downtime. One thing I want you to do is ask around people in your company what it was like in 2007, 2008, even possibly 2009. A lot of people are unaware that their industry was severely impacted those years, that they had mass layoffs, slower business, all those things. I want you to start digging around and just ask nonchalantly, casually, what was it like during the Great Recession? I've been reading about the Great Recession. You know, what was business here like? And people will share with you things. It's very interesting, though. In most instances, people change jobs so often, they really can't give you a real answer because they weren't at that company or in that industry way back then. The other part of cash flow is side hustles. I think it's very important to establish some type of way of making money on the side, whether that be just a cash sort of business. And trust me, cash isn't going to be around much longer, so you got to get ready for that. But just having something, a small business. You know, so many people that I counsel and give ideas to, they have all this knowledge and they're trying to start this one business. And I said, why aren't you consulting? Consulting is a super easy way to start a business, a legitimate business, and be able to start enjoying real legal tax advantages right away. It's just, to me, it's low-hanging fruit for any professional, okay? But you should have some type of side hustle, honestly, because if you don't, and you're like, no, I just want to go to work and collect my check and go home and enjoy the weekend. I've heard literally that same phrase, exact phrase out of so many people. You're never going to be successful, okay? You may be comfortable. You're never going to be up with the Joneses. So if you're trying, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. But you should just realize that. So the truth, you know, understanding where you are in life and being okay with it, there's nothing wrong with that. But that should be something too. All right, and then number three, are you diversified? And I get this all the time, or I talk to people all the time about this. You've got to realize, where are we in history when it comes to economics? Do you believe that we are going into a crash? And it has to be a crash. You can't say, oh, are we going to go into a correction? You cannot look at a stock chart of the S&P or Dow Jones and look at how much it's gone up, or the price of homes, how much it's gone up, and then look at the last little blip, or the last two little blips called the .com/9/11 era, and then you have the 2008 era, and go, oh yeah, those are like little blips, and you have this straight up, oh no, it's gonna keep doing that. You have to figure that out for yourself. Are we going into a crash, or are we gonna keep going higher? All right, and I know what, that's not for me to tell you. It's for you to tell yourself, because what'll happen is, once you come to whatever decision you've made, hey, we're doing this, the economy is going to do this, then you're gonna end up investing that way. So when I say are you diversified, are you just in the stock market and owning a home? Because if you are, and you think we're going into a crash, you are gonna be severely affected, okay? Do you believe that, what happened to gold and silver in 2008? Well, for the year of 2008, it was tricking down, and then all of a sudden by October, I don't remember what it was, like I want to say 10th or 15th of 2008, it reversed and it started a multi-year bull run up into almost $50 an ounce for silver, let's say. My point being is that, are you invested in things that are going to keep going down for a couple of years, or things that will go up in value as everything else is falling? Or let's say this, hold value. So that's not my forte. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an investor, okay? So are you diversified? Do you have all your money in cash, or do you have it separated with some crypto like Bitcoin, precious metals like silver and gold? Or do you have it all in cash, which is good? Cash is good during a deflationary bubble pop, but I actually think that this deflationary bubble pop is going to lead to an overreaction from the Federal Reserve, in line with my dollar whippet theory. So I don't know how long that deflation is going to last. So anyway, I just wanted to bring up those 3 points. Guys, again, if you haven't subscribed, if you could, that would really help me out, and hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.